Are we able to recall a time when we found truth? I mean a truth verified by ourselves, one found on our own, something meaningful and centrifugal to our lives. It's not as easy as it sounds. We were, one and all, weaned on fairy tales, stories, and even hearsay history lent to us by our families. We grew up within the fabric of that little world and its stories. Some fell away quickly, resting with the holidays, family gatherings, punishments, rewards, themselves part of some universal tradition, unique to a region, countries, or just our family. Some of those beliefs, well, we held on to them for what seemed like an unreasonable amount of time, but we did so because of how they made us feel. We connected to them, maybe from a shared experience or time of year associated with them. But the point is, those beliefs, for better or worse, fortified our perception of the world in which we lived. Our parents played a massive role in those beliefs. They groomed us for release. And then the world took over, and we took to heart all of it as armor. Sometimes we argued its validity to ourselves as it fell away, and we scrambled to hold on to it, even though we saw it for what it was, those learned components in our personal being, like old comfortable shoes that had served us so well, or a bicycle rusting in the corner of the garage, attached to it so many memories and seasons ridden through. But in the course of all our histories, we are not one of us so different. None of us have not cried over the loss of a friend or family. In all the world, we aren't so different that we've never had a broken heart or missed the sunrise in a morning. And we can easily see how close we are in the universe of a neighborhood, how we run to protect and serve our own without first checking an ID or political affiliation. That's what I divine as truth. That's the centrifugal force behind the motivation of a human being, the core of our principle. That's my reason for the love of truth, and it hasn't always been there. Most, if not all, because of the lies I fed myself. I believed in the monarch residing in my head, the one that spoke to me in tongues not my own. All of those assorted voices, sweetly familiar as sirens, manufactured for me. I picked my poison and fortified my spirit with topics of the day, and I became proficient in the spew of my programming. But it is a floundering feeling when you do come into contact with the gate, and you see the fence for what it is. Because the only glaring piece of reality is the lack of truth. There is none. There's only the farm, the combine, the preach of the system. It's a sinking feeling, nothing short of a punch to the stomach, but one that doesn't dissipate.
What's up, you YouTubers? So today in this video I'm going to talk about how I believe that political parties are really just stupid. And really what made me make this video was because I've been doing some thinking lately. You know, I enjoy thinking sometimes. And I've been thinking about our government, you know, that whole type of thing. And I just, you know, came to the conclusion that it's best to be unaffiliated with a political party than it is to be affiliated with one. And I thought of this because people make it seem like that if you're in one certain political party, that it's perfect. You're in the Republican Party, you're perfect. You're in the Democratic Party, you're perfect. And that's not true at all because they both have their flaws. And neither one is perfect. They're not. Neither one is right. Neither one is the best. They're just two political parties we have here in America that causes a great divide. And I agree with, George Washington and other founding fathers when they said that the political parties will be the death of our country, because it will. I can easily see this because it's creating a great divide.
Go down here and turn around.
Your grandmother doesn't know where in the hell she's going either.
No, with your damn big mouth, damn it. Shut your mouth, will you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Not an excuse.
no, I don't know where the hell we're going.
Yeah.
You go up there.
I'm just gonna, can I make
Go
a
straight
U-turn?
up there.
Can I make a U-turn?
Right here. No. Go straight up this way for you get on that other road up on top.
So do I go right?
Go
Just
up
you
here.
go up the hill, Sheila Lynn.
And then left up
And
here.
then you turn to your right, way up there.
Left.
And you'll be on your way to Adams.
Did you hear her say left,
Then you'll
Sheila?
be going
You know
right.
where left's
Don't
at? You come
pay
to a dead
attention
end.
to
Okay.
your bossy,
Okay,
here.
everybody,
Left.
which way? Left?
Left, Sheila.
Holy.
You go right like she told you. You come to a dead end.
Oh,
Honest to God.
where in the hell are we going?
Bull.
Tell me,
Will you
Jennifer,
shut
where
up?
are we going?
Will you
Oh
shut
my
up?
God.
No, we go that
Where in the
way.
hell's she going, Sheila?
I'm not sure, but we're going.
Are we going to go to the
We
hot
go
dog
down this
place?
way,
Yeah.
Sheila, but be careful here.
Okay, this is where Mary Kay had her accident, right?
Yeah, that's where she had a wreck.
She's a
We
real
don't want to have a
pain
wreck.
in
We're going left, right?
Yeah.
Correct? I shouldn't say
Yeah, Be
right.
careful.
We aren't meant to be without flaws or never have disagreements, but the overall predicament has been becoming a vassal of that combine, that entrainment. Just remember, you're as free as you can afford to be, as independent as your next paycheck allows. And if that time does arrive when, for reasons beyond your control, you cannot pay that property tax, or you miss the rent, mortgage payment, etc., bad things happen to good people, especially within the construct in which we live. Your political affiliation will never come to your rescue. Your favorite car, your gun, toothpaste, hair color, 401k, country club, a belief in building a wall or trampling someone who hates guns or that wall, or gay people. All of it will go out the window. That's when the veil comes down, and the emperor is seen for what he is, or we are. All those little voices stop inside your head, and you will welcome the arm of a good friend around your shoulders. Conversely, when floodwaters crest the threshold of your home, real people, human beings as we are, will show up. And in the split second it takes to crash your car, others will come to check on you. They'll cut your lawn when you're too sick to do it. They'll show up with cooked meals when you're too grieved to prepare your own. We are people on an earth, and because of the lies extended to us as a collective by a system that for all intents and purposes controls us, we find ourselves at a crossroads. I have no allegiance to a party, a candidate, a brand, or news believed to be from a trusted institution. That's not because I'm better than anyone, but because I'm searching for the truth buried beneath it all. I do have a deep connection to my country and the beings born from it. Having said that, I can speak from a neutral position, not one tainted by ulterior motivations. There's a danger in being part of a label or a political arena or included in something you may have been born into. We've all been cheated on, all of us, lied to, stolen from, mentally abused our entire lives. We've all been duped. From both political affiliations, news outlets, religions, cable companies, medicine, banks, local governments, taxation, and even the ever-decreasing purity of food products. Like a deep river flowing beneath all the lies, truth has waited for us. It doesn't advertise because it can't be sold or franchised. It can't be co-opted, digitized, or be unique to any one person or religion. It's simply there, underneath all the newspapers, news, politicians/corporate whores. Imagine how simple decisions would be without the expensive filters. If corporations were unable to hide behind advertising, We'd only be left with the benefit of an honest service or product. We wouldn't be consumers or consumed by the same, but the 1% would simply be the 100%. There'd be no one starving in third world countries or just down the street from you, because truthfully, human beings find solutions to simple problems. We open doors for others, literally and figuratively. We don't talk about the service we provided.
to do?
What do you want to do? I'm not waiting. If you want to set it for trial, set it for trial.
All right.
If you want to set it for docket setting, set it for docket setting. I'm not waiting in any case. This is an emergency
if I
created by
had a
the
rock,
state.
I would throw it at you right now.
Stop
pissing me off. Just sit down. I'll take care of it. I don't need your help.
No,
sit
you
down.
know what? I'm the public defender. I have a right to be here, and I have a right to stand
I said
and represent
sit
my
down.
clients.
If you want to fight, let's go out back, and I'll just beat
Let's go
your
out back.
ass.
So, if we scrape politics off the top of history, what are we left with? A perfunctory truth that has been gotten closer to. Even if this sentence structure takes us the long way around. Because without politics and the actors within that theater, we're left without the ad agency. There are elements of truth ever closer to the surface that have not yet been strip-mined or cherry-picked to serve an agenda. There are witch hunts that have not taken place and prisons that have never been built to house a portion of the population breaking rules written by lawyers yet to incarnate as self-serving politicians. And most importantly, for those of us that don't know it, the crimes committed by those within the scraped-off politics have never been heard of. Those characters were written in as heroes, portioned out as freedom fighters in front of the cameras, preserved for posterity in bronze statues in parks and public places. We are collectively ignorant of those crimes because they were painted, scripted as heroic directives committed by our team, our political party. But in the truth that has been quiet, waiting for us to discover it, hidden beneath fathoms of faux fakery, we find the other set of books, the real accounting. And I won't lie, it hurts. It has hurt all along to discover scripted heroes and corrupted storylines, knowing we were all duped and lied to, tested on and degreed, assigned a grade, groomed to remember information as useless as the movie of the week. But the most valuable payoff, the one that has worlds more value than gold and silver, is the truth, the cornerstone that has been holding it all up. And who else would ever be able to dig it up if not us? Them? The corrupted stooges? The vampires that have stolen untold years of energy from generations? Do you ever think they'd come clean and deliver their own demise? Of course not. They're still fighting to preserve the massive goose that has laid their golden egg. We are dredging the precious metal of truth, pulling it from the tenacious teeth of the criminal accountants. That's why we have no affiliation with a party, a box, a label, a corporate brand. There have been criminals holding the highest offices in the land all around the world while we've been kept in a collective stupor, chasing the dollars manufactured by their owners, pouring all our precious energy into the corporate combine, guzzling the lies and aligning ourselves with fleeting promises and televised instructions.
And it wasn't, the hard part wasn't going to prison, it was getting out and trying to be part of society again. Because at one time I was a contractor. I had 4 employees, 3-bedroom house, blah, 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 blah. And I had to lose it all to realize it was just stuff, but still. Then when you're done with your time, and I discharged my sentence in February 11th of 2011, I got my parole papers signed off. I became a citizen again. I can actually vote. I can actually go in and vote for the president. But I can't get a job here or here or here. I can't have any apartments because they won't accept felons. And I even went through an agency that took felons, and they'll give a pedophile an apartment before they will me because I had a drug charge. I wasn't even dealing drugs, I had possession. But anybody that has possession of drugs, they're worried about them selling drugs in their apartments, so they won't give them one. But this place would give a pedophile, somebody who raped a little baby or something, and give them an apartment, but they wouldn't let me have one because of my felony, because I had a drug felony. And it's just the hard part was just becoming part of society again. It's like they didn't want me. They didn't want me to be part of their society anymore. So I just decided, fuck it. I'm gonna sleep in a tent. I'm gonna do what I love for a living, which is playing music. And if I just make a little bit of money, I'd rather do what I love with a passion and make a little money than go back to contracting and try to make a lot of money and be part of a society that doesn't even want me anymore. Fuck them, you know? Fuck society. That's the way I feel.
Feel that? Why did...
I meet a lot of good people, but I believe there's a lot of good people out there, but for the most part, most people, all they care about is themselves. You could be standing there on the corner bleeding and people just drive by you. They wouldn't want no part of it. They wouldn't want no part of the drama. So there'd be 1 in 10 that might stop and help. You know? I walked up to a woman once to ask her what time it was. I was pushing a cart. Me and my wife were pushing our cart. We had all our stuff in a grocery cart. I was pushing. I needed to know what time it was, so I went up to ask this woman what time it was. She's like, "Oh, get away from me. I don't have any money. Leave me alone." I'm like, "I don't want it." She's like, "Just get away from me. Go." I'm like, and I'm thinking, what could have this woman been through that she's so terrified of a stranger that she... What if my wife was pregnant, her water just broke, and I needed help? I mean, who knows? What if I was having chest pain and I needed her to call 911? She didn't care. It was just, get away from me. Go. I don't got no money. She thought all I wanted was her money. I just want to know what time it was. And it hurt, man. It's like, damn. People,
It does hurt.
it's like, damn, it's humanity. So many people, what have they been through that makes them so terrified of relationships and people that they just don't want nothing to do with nobody? It's sad.
I wasn't scared of you when I saw you.
Well, it's your 1 in a million, you know? I mean, you're actually sitting down and talking to me, you know? Most people don't give a damn. But it's all right. You know, when it comes down to it, I came in this world by myself, and when I die, I'm going to be the only one in that coffin. And so really all I guess that matters is me, I guess. I don't know. I think people matter, but the more I'm starting to see, less and less.
You matter, bro.
I feel that way about you too, man. You matter. I mean, you care. It's
matter.
sad to see that most people don't. It's just sad because there's so much beautiful things in life. There's so many beautiful things in life. Relationships are beautiful. Nobody wants relationships. Check this out. I've got over 240 some friends on Facebook. Most of them I knew from high school. I mean, I knew a lot of people. I got around, all right? 240 some people I know on Facebook. Most of them I thought were good friends from high school. Christmas Day, I Facebooked them all, and I'm like, hey, it's Christmas. I haven't talked to some of y'all in over 20 years. Here's my number. Call me. Let's have a conversation. Nobody. And I posted that thing over and over Christmas Day. Nobody. And I'm talking people that asked me to be their friend. Oh, so-and-so wants you to be their friend. Well, I know this person from high school. Sure, I'll be their friend.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
It means people don't want relationships no more. They're so into their internet and so into their Facebook. They got their this is their idol. Internet's become an idol, man. It's like people don't want relationships. They want the kind of relationships where they can be who they want to be and be who they are. You know, instead of being who they are, be who they want to be and pretend to be. Oh yeah, I'm 6'4" and I got dark hair and blue eyes and big shoulders, but then I can't ever meet this person because I don't look like that, you know? And most people on these internet relationships, man, a girl, my high school sweetheart, I hooked up with her on Facebook, contacted her, hey man, let's meet. Well, she gave me her number. She's like, well, look, just text me. I really don't have time for conversations no more. She'd rather go text back and forth for 2 hours, texting back and forth, instead of having a 10-minute conversation that could have summed it all up. People don't want conversations. They don't want nothing no more. I don't know what they want. But this world sucks, man. The way that people see it. Really.
Totally agree.
You know, so.
I mean, but
I'm just trying to make the world a more better place, man, a more beautiful place. And if music and art can do it and somebody appreciates it, that's all that matters. If I can make a difference in one person's life, that's all that matters.
You made a difference in my life.
Praise God. I mean, hallelujah.
You did. I wouldn't be sitting here with you if you hadn't.
Yeah.
Because you were playing your guitar when I walked up.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it's a positive difference, you know. We can all make a negative influence in somebody's life, but if we can be a positive difference in somebody's life and make them just think for a minute, maybe there is something worth caring about.
There is so much in the storm gathering just above truth right now. There's a lot of division amongst populations around the world because this isn't all about the United States. This is about universal change. This is about creating a heaven on earth as opposed to waiting until you die. It's not allowing those voices to dictate division on behalf of those in control. And for those of you turned off by this type of information, please understand you're not yet ready to set yourself free. That's not coming from me, but rather those voices in your head that command you to cast off anything contrary to your programming. Believe it or don't, it's not mine, it's yours. We were never born to a world that should be rented to us in pieces by antiquated inbred families that have inherited wealth stolen from generations. There was a time not so long ago where we were completely and utterly complicit in our own slavery. We literally bought into the scam with nearly perfect dedication. Worldwide, we were lockstep with the drill, but those times have passed. As a matter of fact, they've been over for a while now. And the only revolution needing to take place is the one in your mind. Change it and look to yourself for the future. Know that others are there always to assist you. The change is fast approaching, and we'll all be aware of it. It will be a supernatural occurrence, an event of exposure and choice. After all, the individual is you and I, and together we'll fix what has been broken. Help all that need it and get it done in record time, because that's what we do. We'll not be hindered by the oxymoronic octopus of government bureaucracy and its agencies. We will be armored in Source, the Creator, God, whatever you call the intelligent design from which we've come. Our world will be a far different place from the terraformed robotic matrix it's become. Don't take my word for it, but rather settle the war inside your mind, because it can only be done by you. After the wall is removed, then you'll reconnect with all that has always been.
Again, total power in one person's hands, not the American way. These damn bills that come out here all the damn time, come out here at the last second, and I gotta try to figure out how to vote for my people. How ashamed are you? Should be. You should be ashamed of yourselves. I'm sick of it. Every year, we give power to one person. It was not made that way in the Constitution. He was around when it was written. Now we pass rules that stop each one of us. Enough! I feel like somebody trying to be released from Egypt. Let my people go! My God, they sent me here to vote for them. They sent me here to vote for them, to argue for them. But I'm trapped. I'm trapped with my rules that have been forced down our throats. Folks, we live in a democracy, but not here. But not here. So you go back and you tell your people, I'd like to do that, but the speaker has so much power, so much control, and each one of us do it in their districts. And have to go back and say that. And you can say on your side of the aisle, oh, no, that's not the case. But yes, you do. All of us know you got to deal with it. When's it going to stop?
Thinking about you all night. Yes, you've got me in your spell. Oh well, don't know if I'll be alright, even if I don't get well. Hey, Miss Sun, what could I say? I'm trying to hold you with the moon down in the way. You won't be long, but the morning's got you back in my arms. I can still remember what you told me with your eyes. One kiss, now it's down to this. Guess it's time you realize. Hey, Miss Sam, what could I say? I'm trying to hold you with the moon down the way.
No, with your damn big mouth, damn it. Shut your mouth, will you?
Yeah. What's an excuse?
No, I don't know where the hell we're going, Artie.
morning's got you in my arms. In my arms, yeah. Hey, Miss Sun, what could I say? I try to hold you, but the moon got in my way. It won't be long before the morning's got you back in my arms. Let us say. I've been thinking about you all night. Yes, you got me in your spell. Got me under your spell. But I know now, I don't know if I'm ever gonna get well anymore. No, baby. Don't know if I'm ever gonna get well. I don't think you never gonna get well. No. Don't make me wait for the morning. Won't wait, no. Don't make me wait before the morning's got you back in my arms. Morning's got you back in my I can't wait for the morning. No. I can't wait for the morning's got you back in my arms. Baby, now. Baby, son. What can I say now? I try to hold it, but the moon got in my way. I can't wait for the morning. Let me wait before the morning's got you back in my arms. Baby, now. I can't wait for the morning. No. Don't make me wait before the morning's got you back in my arms.